I'm sure you have been following our program, Demystify Agriculture, brought to you by Sense Agri. And I hope you've learned one or two things from our previous episode. Today with me is Mr. Abayomi Oshin. Mr. Abayomi Oshin is a composter and a recycler. So, can we get to know you, Mr. Abayomi Oshin?
Yes, sure. Good morning, everybody. My name is Abayomi Oshin. I'm the MD of Black Earth Organics. So what is Black Earth? Black Earth is, we're a recycling and a composting company. So at the bedrock of what we do, we're recyclers. So what that simply means is, we go around to Lagos municipalities to collect waste, municipal solid waste, and green waste as well. We take that to our sites where we work on it and develop these products. In our process, we don't use any animal droppings whatsoever, purely organic. Even in our bottles, we use we use vitamin C to treat our water, because we know that chlorine isn't the best thing for plants, and we know that chlorine is used to treat a lot of our water bodies. So yeah, wholly organic company. We're a recycling company. We're waste diverters from landfill to our facility. By doing that, we reduce methane emissions into the atmosphere. Now, what is methane? Methane is 10 times, one of the strongest greenhouse gases. 10 times stronger than carbon monoxide. Goes a long way to destroying the ozone layer, destroying our way of life as we know it, these gases. So by diverting the waste from landfill, where it would be emitted into the atmosphere to our site, we prevent the emissions of methane, reducing carbon emissions and whatnot. So in a nutshell, that's what we do at Black Earth.
Okay. So what motivated you to go into this business?
What motivated me? First and foremost, I like to thank God, my Lord and Savior. He's the one who gave me the vision for this company. I lived on a farm in England for 2 years, and I absolutely hated it. I thought it stunk. I didn't like the animals. I was not interested. They were composters, but I wasn't interested. But I saw it firsthand. And upon moving back to Nigeria now, I was working in an oil and gas company, earning really well, but I was still empty inside. I was miserable there. I didn't want to be there. I was talking to my father, God, and gradually we came here. Took me back to those 2 years I hated, and showed me the silver lining in it. Came back to the present and created Black Earth. Here we are today.
Okay, interesting. So, how long have you been in business? And since you've been in business, what has been the most challenging factor for you so far?
Excellent. We started doing our test pilots in 2015. We used 2 years, 2 to 3 years to do market research. Now, this is from product development to making sure that you have a consistent supply of raw materials, to big parts, to making sure that you have relationships with the key stakeholders that would enable this process run seamlessly. These are the different factors we had to take into consideration before releasing product to the market. We used 2 years for market research, pricing, localization as well, because it's all good to say we're composting, but if it doesn't suit our local climate, the product would not perform to the level it should perform. Climatic factors were a big part of our research before starting. So the whole process started in 2015. Bags hit the market 2018 when we were registered as a full-on company, and here we are today.
So you listed
challenges. Sorry,
yeah.
You asked me about challenges. So as a recycler, as every recycler knows, one of our biggest challenges is waste separation, right? Now, because our culture of waste disposal in Nigeria is it's a dump culture. We just dump, so we don't separate waste. Where abroad you'd have a black bin, a green bin, sometimes a blue bin, whatever other colors. You have that. That makes it easier for recyclers to separate the waste, recycle the waste, and turn it into gold. However, in Nigeria we don't separate waste, so we at Black Earth have to bring in the waste and separate. Separation is a huge part. Separation could be a nightmare as well if you take it back to the methane emissions I spoke about. Typically in a landfill, picture a layer cake, right? So you have your glass, your plastics, your metals, and your biosolids, right? Now, these biosolids, they release what? Methane, like I said, which is 10 times hotter than what? Other greenhouse gases. Now, by the time there's methane being released at the bottom and the heat levels rise, it fuses your plastics, your glass, and your metal together, making a separation nightmare for whoever wants to be a plastic recycler, a metal recycler, or glass recycler. Sets everyone's work back hundreds of years. Our landfills, to bring it to optimal functionality, we're not gonna use anything less than 50 years across all 5 landfills from the mainland to Bay. Those are some of our challenges. Separation. Other challenges, it's a wholly on tap market. I mean, there are people that have done it and tried to do it. For whatever reason, they haven't done it the right way. But I believe the grace is upon us as Black Earth to do this, and we have been doing this consistently now. We haven't taken a break. We haven't gotten tired. We're passionate as day one when we started. Yeah, we're going to the moon with this. So, challenges, they're everywhere, but, we ourselves are stronger than the challenges. So.
Okay, so you mentioned separation as one of the challenges. So what approach have you done to minimize these challenges? Like, is there something you're doing? You said something about this separation. I guess you should have a scheme, or how do I put this? You should have a program, maybe something set out to let people know that, okay, you have to separate your waste.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have anything that you're doing towards that? Is there anything you're doing to minimize that?
That's an excellent question. Yes, so the last 2 years we've been working with a few permanent secretaries in Alausa, a few key stakeholders who are very passionate about recycling and making sure that we heal the environment. And so far we've worked well with them and whatnot. Sorry, what was your question?
Okay, you talked about separation.
Yeah. Okay, good. So what schemes? Thank you very much. Now, there's something called the circular economy now that is big and has hit Lagos hard. Circular economy essentially is trying to bring in all the ecosystems of our environment together. So what the circular economy tells us is that you don't throw a piece of paper on the floor without understanding that it's going to affect you in your house, ultimately. So it's the domino effect of one action affecting other things down the line, circular economy. Now, we're working with a few key stakeholders, like I said, to ensure that waste separation is done the right way. I know Lagos State have purchased a number of bins, black, green, blue, and red. And in time these bins will be rolled out and the populace will be sufficiently educated to ensure that they know how to separate the waste. This will go a long way in creating the recycling industry, which is non-existent right now.
Okay. So back to my question again. The challenges, and as a business, I know that there are things that we put out to people to understand the challenges that we go through and how we want to overcome these challenges. So, like you said about separation, I'm not talking about Lagos State now. I'm talking about your personal business.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing to reduce this, to stop people from putting all the waste together? Like, do you have like a program? Do you have anything that's putting out this information?
Okay, good question. Well, to answer I'd answer it in 2 tiers. First tier is how do we ensure we don't stop? As Black Earth to the moon, we have a culture it's to the moon, and that simply means that as hard as the opposition gets, we get harder. People are always going to keep disposing waste the wrong way, but as long as there's Black Earth and a few companies doing what we're meant to do, that is a huge mitigation against separation and improper waste disposal. We're a populace of 200 million people and counting. It's virtually impossible to monitor with a fine-tooth comb waste disposal. But what you can ensure is that there are people standing at the doorway ensuring that should your waste be coming through, there are people actively processing waste in Nigeria, and that will go a long way. I don't think there's a hard and a fast route that a company such as mine, we're a small to medium-sized company, There's no hard and fast route to where we can say, oh, we're putting out these schemes. Even the government of Lagos State is doing schemes, have been doing schemes since 2015, and they have not been able to rival, yet alone eradicate the issue on ground. So it's going to take a lot more than a bolstering, we're going to do this, and there's going to be a lot more collaboration with our key stakeholders in Lagos State and in the country in general. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay, so you said you're a composter and a recycler. Can you explain to the audience the importance of composting and recycling?
Yes, happily.
Thank you.
Composting. The need for composting. Well, first of all, let's start with recycling because compost is the byproduct. The need for recycling is, for the longest time we've complained about our gutters, teeming with all types of diseases. We have rain and we have all types of crazy things wash into our homes. These are the manifestations of improper waste disposal. As a culture, we have gone up until now saying out of sight, out of mind. Well, it's no longer out of sight, out of mind. It's out of sight into your house. It's coming in hard, and there's nothing being done about it. So that's recycling. Composting, so the need for recycling is to ensure that we can make sure that waste is disposed properly, and at disposal it's being recycled properly to extract value. In a lot of countries, Nigeria, we complain that we have no budget, we're highly leveraged, we've borrowed everything. It's because we have a mentality of the grass is always greener. We never want to look inward. Well, guess what? We're sitting on gold mines all across the country. Our landfill alone, each of our landfills alone are worth $3 billion. We have 5 to 6 landfills. $3 billion. Do you know what that simply means? That simply means that should they separate and extract waste, revenue for the state could be generated like this. We're sitting down on, decades of waste. So that's recycling. Now composting, the benefits for composting, now we're at a place now where out of 10 farms in Nigeria that were supplying food to the south from the north, ask me how many are in operation right now. 4. 6 are gone. So we have a food crisis. Now, what is causing such a sharp reduction of food production? The soil is being destroyed. Now, chemical fertilizers, Notori, I'll call them all out. All these guys, Dangote, all these guys trying to, pumping chemicals into our children's bodies and end our lives before God has determined us to go. Those are the people we should be combating. Chemical fertilizers have ruined this country, ruined the soil, ruined microbial activity. Chemical fertilizers, aka water-soluble fertilizers, have ensured that land is not farmable after use. Now you have a lot of farmers that do crop rotation, i.e. they plant different crops with leguminous crops because they add nitrogen to the soil. Even with crop rotation, farmers are still struggling. Now compost is an organic alternative to chemicals. Compost is a soil amendment. It has organic humus in it. It increases the soil's microbial activity. The soil has an ecosystem of its own that must live for your plants to thrive. Now, by the time you live in a place like Lagos State, where half of our land has been dredged from the ocean, that's salt water. First of all, you're dead on arrival. Your plants can't grow properly, salt water. Now, if this is the way we must live, then you need people like me to create these products to augment the soil, to bring it to a level where you can actually grow properly, food, plants, vegetables, and whatnot. So those are the benefits of composting in a nutshell, and recycling. Thank you.
Okay, that's interesting. So how effective are your products in actualizing a successful and sustainable farming?
Okay. We're pretty successful. I feel like, people have used us. People come to us initially and they're like, who are these guys? What is Black Earth? What is Super STEM, for instance? And I always invite them to, enjoy the product. Sometimes I give them on the house for free because I want to make sure that they understand that it's not about the money. The money will come as a byproduct of hard work. So we have ensured that, we create stable products to make sure that, we take care of the whole planting journey from inception till delivery. Delivery being harvest of plants, or delivery being your nice, beautiful garden.
Okay, so can you take us through your product and tell us what they do?
Yes, happily. Okay, so I'll start from the compost. So I had to stand up because, do love the compost. So when we started Black Earth, we started with this, right? Now this right here is pure plant food, right? Now this is a nitrogen-based product. So it's a soil amendment. This is compost. It's made from organic waste. Pure green waste, no animal droppings were used in the production of this whatsoever. It's like you see, it's made from recycled products. Instructions on how to use are here. Some of the raw materials, as you can see, watermelon, branches, bananas, twigs, flowers, leaves. So it's a wholly organic and nutritious product for plants. So you can see this as plant food, right? Excellent. Enter the soil. Now, the same way you can see that as plant food, you can see this as vitamins. Our soil contains boron, trace nutrients and minerals in there, ensuring that the plant is fully fortified. This soil right here is a master stroke. It has replicated forest soil. And then we brought the grade of that forest soil up to food grade, ensuring that people can use these products for whatever it is they decide to use it for, be it flowers or be it food. Then we have magic mix over here. Now this magic mix right here is potting mix, made from sphagnum, cocopeat, coconut coir, and whatnot. This is a light product. It sort of reminds me of crunchy chocolate. It's kind of dark, but then because of the core elements, which are like almost golden brown, it gives you that golden brown feel of a crunchy. You know me, I'm obsessed with these products. So sorry, I afford it a lot of human attributes. So that's potting mix right here. It could be used for your seeds, your seedlings. It could also be used as a plant dresser to make sure that, by the time where you have your indoor plants, you've taken care of the bottom side, you could dress the top of it for beauty and whatnot. Sphagnum contains its own nutrients, the coir and whatnot. Highly nutritious as well. Enter Perlife. Perlife is a pesticide. This is a 100% organic pesticide. It's been chloramine treated with vitamin C to make sure that there's no chlorine in it, because plants don't break down chlorine properly. Very effective, especially with your orchids. Some customers come to me and they're like, wow, we sprayed it on our orchids and we're seeing new life, this, that, and the other. But it's highly effective against aphids, spider mites, black ants, weevils, slugs, and that's just to say the least. There's a whole plethora of pests that these products combat. So that's Perlife. It's a pesticide. And you have SuperStem, which is a nitrogen amendment. Now this baby right here, this is our latest product in the market. Very passionate about this product because it took me 9 months to create this product with my biologist and agronomist. It was hellish because we kept failing until we were successful. Nitrogen amendment, nitrogen in a bottle, increases yield, increases photosynthesis, increases the blade sizes of your plants, sizes of your fruits and whatnot. So this right here is SuperStem, fantastic. Now these two right here, you could call this the Rambo. You need both of them like your guns. You take care of all those pests in your garden, get rid of them. And then with their cousins over here, you ensure that you have a full planting experience to where your plants aren't lacking in nutrition or lacking in fortification from pests. So that is our products in a nutshell.
Okay, so you've heard from Mr. Blackhead himself and the usefulness and effectiveness of each of his products. So you can check him out on his Instagram page, Blackhead Organics. Okay, so thank you for all of this. So majorly there's a high level of food loss and wastage across the value chain. What significant contribution has your business made to mitigate the economic effect?
Okay, thank you. That's a good question. Now, So we're compost farmers,
Okay.
but we're not food growers, right?
Okay.
Now, mitigating food wastage in transportation and storage and whatnot, which I'm assuming is what you asked me, right?
Yeah, sorry, can you come again, please?
I said to mitigate food wastage. That's what you
Yeah,
asked
yes,
me.
yes.
Good. Okay. To mitigate food wastage across the value chain, this is an issue that really and truly food farmers, logistics providers by terms of cold storage and transportation, or just conventional transportation. These are the people that are actually at the vanguard right there, to cause change by way of lobbying the government, by way of getting the right attention to food logistics to ensure that food wastage isn't so high. Now, I know that, I heard a statistic that alarmed me, which is for every 20-ton truck coming, 10 tons of food is wasted. That in itself is already, so that's a business that's not profitable, clearly. If I produce 100% and 50% of it is wasted, and I'm assuming 50% was my cost,
Yeah.
then you're gone. Now, a lot of these farmers are the people that we need to support. They provide us our food, they provide us our nutrition as well. Good health starts from a farm. Let's get this right. Good health would always start from a farm. And if we're not taking care of these people that grow our food, then we're not taking care of ourselves as well. Farmers were the people to ensure that, they be it boycotts or whatnot, to the point where the government have to listen to them and create the right rail or transport system to ensure, be it through road networks or rail networks, to ensure food is transported properly. We are compost farmers, and we create the additives that these farmers use to grow your food. But at the point of food harvest, we would love to team up with farmers, the government, and other key stakeholders to ensure that food is not lost in transportation.
Okay, thank you very much. So, what does it require to operate in the value chain? Like in this value chain, what does it require? Do you need a degree in agriculture? Do you understand my question?
100%.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a degree in agriculture. I studied business and economics. My heart has always been in the green space ever since I was a kid. Always gravitated towards nature. Always felt stronger when I was in greenery. So maybe God was doing the work in me since then, I don't know. But the point is though that, so what was the question?
My question is, what does it take to be in this business?
Excellent. Yes. For whatever it was, the passion was there. To succeed in this space, it's either going to be two things that get you through, because it's very, 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 very intense and tough. Creating this product is not a walk in the park. This product it took me to create this 6 months. 6 months, right? It took me 9 months to create this. So it's not a walk in the park, but we do these things to make sure that there's an alternative in the market. Now, how do we? Sorry, this question keeps eluding me because I don't get it.
Okay. I'll just have to edit out this part.
No problem.
So I want you to explain to the audience, in case somebody wants to go into this business. Do I have
They need
to?
a degree or something?
Yeah, if they need a degree, what does it take to operate within this
Okay,
value chain?
okay,
Like
okay.
the knowledge that is needed for them.
Good.
Just passing something on to them.
Okay, excellent. Yes, so to operate in this one, like I said, I don't have an degree, but I have the passion. Now, to operate in this space, you probably would need a whole lot of focus, a whole lot of support as well by your network, be it your friends, your family who believe in you. There's no hard and fast route to doing anything. I've realized. Actually, sorry, I'm gonna segue a little bit, but bear with me. I feel like there's no hard and fast route to doing anything. I feel like anyone can do anything. I think we have over-romanticized university degrees in this country, and it has inundated and crippled the youth. They feel they can't perform. They feel they're not qualified because the system has let them down. Their schools are on strike. They can't go to school. They can't do anything, even if they want to. And now the effect of that is they feel unworthy. They feel like they can't stand with people who are foreign trained. That's a lie. They probably have more to offer than we do. They know the market better than we do. But these opportunities haven't been provided for them. So I would encourage any person who wants to go into composting, agriculture, please go for it, regardless of your degree. A degree is good, but it's also a piece of paper. You need to understand that. Whatever you create in this life will be born out of your energy and your desire and your passion. So if you want to do this, you should go for it. If you want to be a banker, you should go for it. You should do whatever it is you want to do that sets you on fire, that you're passionate about, and that doesn't feel like work. So to answer that question, you don't need a degree for anything. You just need the will to learn, a hard head, and God on your side. That's all.
This is an interesting session with This is an interesting session with Mr. Abayomi Oshin, and I know you've picked one or two things from this program. Okay, thank you for coming, Mr. Abayomi Oshin. You are really helpful in today's program, and I know you have impacted knowledge, and also people that are interested in your products and services will contact you on your business handle. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to interview with you guys at Sense Greek. I love the work you guys are doing, shining lights on the work that we're doing in this space. And I really pray more grease to your elbows and you guys continue growing from strength to strength. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And it's a wrap.